Here we've got the handover video for the brand new Burstner Lyseo Harmony Line 734H, H being the height adjustable option. So walking around the vehicle, this particular model here is a 2.3 180 brake. This was an option. Alloy wheels were standard. Electric step, I'll show you how to operate that in a moment. You've got your gas barbecue point and your external toilet cassette just located there. Toilet cassette, simply lift up the little orange handle. You've got an orange button that you need to press when you're emptying it. Remove off the grey cap just here and empty it. Clean it out, pop it back in and make sure that it's clipped in place just there, and the door locks itself with the Burstner key. Above it is the gas locker, barbecue point, sorry, and you just open that there. You have isolation point and it's fully lockable with the keys provided. Behind that we have the external electrical points, mains and 12 volt. These are European fittings, so you'll need an adapter just to allow you to plug into your UK appliances. Further back of that, we've got the rear locker area, which opens off the Burstner key. Inside this model, it's fitted with the Vario seat, so that's your Vario seat option. I'll show you how to install that in a moment. The white handle is the handle that flicks onto here just to raise or lower the bed level in the rear, and the handle above is for your awning. You have the makeup cushions, as this model has been ordered with a dinette to berth option, and your carpets are there. New for this year, we've got the mains socket in the garage, and you've got a light just located there. To the rear of the vehicle, you've got reversing camera, and this particular customer ordered a factory fitted tow bar. Round down to the passenger side, we've got another large opening locker with heater vents just into there, and your toolkit supplied by Fiat just located there. Forward of that, we've got the fridge vents, top and bottom. Your label here is for your waste, and underneath you'll see there's a little metal square rod there which you clip on your waste key. To empty it, you simply turn it quarter of a turn to open and quarter of a turn to close it, and your waste will come out of the grey pipe. Particular customer ordered a refillable gas system. This one is a gas low with the filler point in the door and two 11 kilo systems. You'll see at the top there is a changeover valve which you simply move it from bottle to bottle, or it will move automatically if the gas goes out. The moment gas low are telling us to leave the bottles closed when filling them, so simply close the bottles, go to the filler point, remove the cap and place the trigger gun on there to fill up the gas. Generally it's roughly between 23 and 24 pounds at current prices to fill up to 11 kilo systems. Above that we have an external shower point. Now a little tip for you, this is micro switch, so make sure that you turn the switch off, otherwise your pump will continually running if that's in place. It does hot and cold as it shows, and it simply just pushes in and then release it by pushing the collar to release it back out. Just locks in place just like that. Below that we've got the vent for the Truma system. Please be careful, this does get warm, so please be careful with children. And in front of that we've got your service area. You can see I've got the mains cable plugged in already, and it sits in the little cutout in the seal. Turn the little handle to open it, and we have got here your key. So I spoke to you about the key for the wastewater. That is just this black key that holds the filler neck just in place. The filler neck goes onto blue cap. So remove the blue cap, sit in the location just as described there. From there then it will allow you to fill up with a hose pipe your fresh water. Now you must remember to have this valve at the top here closed clockwise. There's two positions. You'll see there's a 20 litre and a 120 litre. Turn it from anti-clockwise till you hear the first click will allow your tank to fill up to 20 litres and then overflow out of the overflow. Keep continually turn it round until it's finger tight and it'll allow you to fill the tank up all the way to the top. You'll see it's a transparent tank. So you can see there we've got a little bit of water in this one. So you can see as well as your indicator inside telling you how much is in there. The main cable plugs into the socket at the side. And below we've got two other options here. So to the right hand side we've got a yellow toggle valve in the position that it's at the moment. It's allowing the system to fill up and water to stay in the hot water lines after the boiler. To empty the line, simply lift the valve up and water will come out and close it back down to use it. The diamond, blue diamond at the side is a frost protection valve. Now in the position that it's at the moment, the diamond pointing from left to right of the vehicle and the blue button in at the bottom, your boiler is full of water and will continue to stay there with water. To empty it, flick it and water will come out of the system. To close it, turn it back again and make sure that little blue button at the bottom is pressed in. If you forget the blue button, then water will come out of the vehicle underneath. Just as you see there. Forward of that we have your diesel filler point. So 2020 model has the diesel point there and the AdBlue. The AdBlue has a trip counter on the dash now, so it tells you when that's running low. Please refer to your handbooks and don't ignore this. It is quite important that you don't forget to top that up. Opening the vehicle, you might have heard this one's been fitted with an alarm as well. Standard versions don't have this. Bonnet release catch is located just on the passenger side. Engine battery is located just under here. And then your main fuse box is located just underneath the passenger seat. So that is what we refer to in the handbook as your E-box. Seat adjusters on the outside will lift up the seat at the front, lift up the seat at the back, and your back position is adjusted just there. The seats have adjusters to move the armrests up and down, and this particular one has got the optional extra leather. Under the bonnet, lift up the little yellow bracket to release the bonnet catch. Put the bonnet in the stay just there. Main things that you're going to know here is under this little cap, which you use the key to flick open, is your positive terminal. Your negative terminal is just located just there. Oil, dipstick, and to the driver's side is your windscreen wash. The Burstners are all central locking, so the key will open the cab door and the habitation door. To get in, simply pull the handle. You have a bin, a blind, and a fly screen. The step moves in and out by pressing this button up or down to operate the step. Now to the inside. First of all, you've got some switches. So welcome light will turn the light on in the entrance area. The two split lights next to it turn on your external awning light and the LED light with this particular vehicle. They work independent of the mains power. The rest of it you will need the power on. So to turn the power on, this is where you need to come to the main control panel. So you'll see the button on the left here will turn the main 12 volt on. So it will turn lights on that you've left on previously, and that is your main button, just this one here. Above it, press and hold the button, it'll tell you what voltage is in your leisure battery and what voltage is in your engine battery. To the right hand side, when you press the button at the top, that will tell you what water is in your freshwater tank. And the bottom one, it's empty at the moment, will tell you if there is any water in your wastewater. To turn the taps on, you need to press this button, and that will turn the pump on and kick in, allow you to fill up the system and prime the system, which I'll run through with you in a moment. The controller at the side is for the heating. We advise that if you're going to use hot water on this particular model, that you put the boiler, fill the boiler up first with water and prime it, which I'll show you now. So with the pump on, you will come to your tap in the kitchen. On the top it tells you your mixer position, so we move it to hot and lift it up. Now initially you'll hear it. It might not always be a steady stream like it is now. You'll see it spitting and splurting. You need to make sure that this runs until you get a continual stream of water. That basically tells you then the air is out of the boiler and that the boiler's full of water. Once you've got that, press the button down, the pump will stop running. Now you need to do that both on the kitchen sink and in the bathroom area to make sure that there's no airlocks. Again, we've got a nice steady stream, and again on the top there is where it tells you whether it's hot or cold. The water from that goes to the grey water tank or the wastewater, where I've showed you with that little black valve to empty it. Once it's full and you've got a steady stream, you can come back to your control panel and decide what you want to do. So starting from the top here, we've got a few controls. So you're basically moving the dial from left to right to operate it around. You'll see it moving and flashing on the option. The first option to do is the temperature in the vehicle. So we want to move this round to the temperature you want it, and then press the middle button. The next option along is your water. So if you don't want to run your water system, which is quite capable of not doing on this one, you can then skip that and go to your fuel. So you can choose gas, a mixture of gas and electric, 1 kilowatt, a mixture of gas and electric 2 kilowatt, EL1, which is electric 1 kilowatt, and EL2, which is electric 2 kilowatts. So let's select EL1 because we're hooked up to the electric. And then the next one along is your fan. So if you wanted to, eco is like a slow mode, high is a fast mode. And once you've selected high and the fan's kicked in for a minute or so, you will be able to go back in and turn that option through to boost. Boost is a function that takes all the power away from the hot water to get the heating up to temperature as quick as possible, and vice versa with your hot water. So if we do want to run the hot water, we need to go onto the thermostat with the water, press the button and select either eco, which again is going to get you up to temperature slowly, hot, which is going to get you up to temperature quicker, or boost, which is going to take all the power away from the heating to get the water up to temperature. Most people will run these on hot, and on the fan they will run that on high. You have an indicator to tell you that you're hooked up to mains as well, both here on the control panel for the Truma system and in the centre here for the Burstner system. Further down on the control panel then you have timer settings just in the bottom here, and then the clock, so you can set the clock. The spanner allows you then to go down if you do need to reset the boiler if it trips, and you would press that again, preset, press it again, that would reset the boiler. Please revert to your handbooks for relevant codes. One little tip is always make sure you turn off the control panel unit by pressing and holding it before you move off site, and turn off your gas and pull off your electric. That will stop any fault codes going on. And again, before you start the unit up, make sure that you're plugged in if you're using mains or your gas is turned on. That will just stop any faults coming up because there's no power to it. Below here we have an aerial that's fitted. It's not a standard option, so it's an option. So press the little rocker switch on to turn it on. You've got the signal strength, which you just turn the dial left and right to turn the signal strength up, and then just turn it off when you're not using it. Aerial points are there, 12 volt and mains supplies are there. The 12 volts on the Burstners are a European fitting, so you will need a connection called the Adaptit 5. We do sell them in our shop, so you can speak to Steve, or you can buy them online. Below you've got a twin USB charging point, all standard options, and your TV bracket supplied by Burstner. Moving over to your kitchen area. So you might have seen it before, but you've got a swing round chopping area now, brand new for 2020. We've got 3 burner gas hobs. Just below there is how you operate them, and you've got an igniter just to the right hand side there. And then we've got an oven grill on this particular model. When you're grilling, just make sure that you leave your door open. Turn the grill to the right and the oven to the left. You've got your grill pan and your oven tray just in there. Below that compartment, you have got your main RCD box. So this is where you need to check if you've lost power to the vehicle. You'll need to check in here first, make sure the switches and the buttons are all as they are showing there. The up position is all in the working position. If they're down, just check your electrics that you're going into or your mains cable. Forward of that in the kitchen area, the top cupboard is where all your isolation valves are located. They do have an hour to tell you which position they should be in. At the moment, they're all in a working position for you. Below that, we have got your various sink plugs, a light, and your winder for the drop-down bed. This one has got an additional drop-down bed over the dining area, and this little tool here locates just in there, just like that, to wind the bed down should you lose power to the vehicle. Going back to the kitchen area, inside here you have got your shower point. That's located just there for your outside showers. Got some additional lights just in there and a manual. Below the fridge, you've got another storage area, and you've got your underfloor storage areas on the Lyseos with your ladders for the bed just in that one. And another one forward of that. Just push down on the black tab and then lift up. So I think you'll agree, good storage. The fridge itself, press and hold the button. The system then lights up and will allow you to select which option you want. On here, we've got gas, we've got mains electric, or we've got the option on the battery when the vehicle is running. The fourth option is an automatic, so you'll see it switch back to electric there. Most people use the automatic option for it. To the side of it, you've got a temperature gauge from the warmest to the coldest, and then a reset button at the end, which is just on a sticker here that tells you what you need to know to reset it. Once the unit's on, you'll see it lights up, so it's quite easy to identify that it's open. Freezer area at the top, which is removable, and then your big fridge area just there. To turn the unit off, press and hold, and the light goes off. Above that, we have got another storage area just there, and then that takes us into the rear of the vehicle. A couple of light switches here that activate the lights. The new roller shutters for this year, which are standard. In the back, it also has fly screens and blinds on the windows. Again, on this side, we have the roller shutters that come down just to finish the vehicle off nicely. In the back area here, you press the button to open up the cupboard, and you've got a nice wardrobe area there. To open the cupboards above the bed, simply just press the little button in to gain access. That's the same on all the overhead cupboards in the front and the back, and make sure that you hear that clicking noise to make sure that you know that that is actually closed properly before travelling. In there, the shelves are removable, so you can either have it as another wardrobe or as more storage. You've got a little hanging point up here for bathrobes or anything like that, and the sliding door. Now to release this sliding door, you press up the little black lever and then the door slides around just like that to screen off the back area. You've got a nice roof light. To operate the roof light, simply press the button and lift it up. There are several points to lock it in place, and this too has a fly screen and a blind as standard just on there. The bed itself lifts up for storage, so you've got some more storage area at the front and to gain access into the bed and the garage area underneath there should you wish. You've also got a spare socket if you ever want to put sockets there, and here if you want to put additional sockets in the rear area, and a little step either side to give you access when the bed's in the higher position. Bathroom area, you've got your toilet, again making sure that that blade valve that I mentioned here is closed before you move it. To open it, you simply move the little handle underneath here, right to open it, left to close it. Underneath you've got a main socket and your light switches. Storage in the cupboard there. Again, remembering to press it in before you move off. Storage in the cupboard there, and some toilet chemical. Shower area, you've got a hanging rail just above, your shower head, your drain points and your mixers. Again, remembering here that you put the little buckle on so that the shower screen doesn't rattle when you're moving along. And then here we've got our dividing door to divide off the front bed to the rear area. Simply slots in at the side here, hinges round with the strap in place then. Hooks on just like that. There we go. There we go, hooks on like that. Easy doing it with two hands. Door has a handle just inside and a handle on the outside. Roof vent works the same way as the rear one. And then we've got the drop down bed. So one thing you must remember on this drop down bed is to fold in the cushions either side. Just like that. And then press the button, which then brings the bed down. The bed will stop on the headrests. Your ladders hook onto there, which if you remember was underneath the floor near my feet. That then displays the full bed. Light switches there, just simply press to turn off, press to turn back on. Underneath you've got your safety nets, which are on the front side and also on the back. They go onto the little eyelets in the roof, and just the little silver brackets either side at the front. We do advise you, duvets are fine to put on the beds and small pillows. If your pillows are bigger, please utilise another area in the vehicle. A lot of customers put them at the front, either side of the front skylight. So keep your finger on the button and it'll go up, and then it'll stop at the top limit switch. This particular customer ordered it with the L-shaped seating, which is the seating you see just here. Does have the seat belts just behind, so you can have the two travelling seat belts, as well as the Vario seat, which I'll display in a moment, which goes there rear facing. With the down it to berth option, the table's telescopic, so it does drop down. And your fifth seat belt option just so goes there as described. The Vario seat option just goes there as shown, and is removable as and when you want to use it.